Hi, welcome to One for the Road, where we navigate sobriety, recovery, and life in general. Tune in as we share our experience and opinions while answering any questions you may have. My name's Marissa, and this is my co-host, Judy.
Hello.
Looking like Farrah Fawcett today with that hair, girl.
Bringing back
good.
the 70s.
Looking good. All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the notification button. We've got links in our bio for Spotify, TikTok, all that stuff. So check that out. We're doing an interview with a gentleman from NA, which is really cool. We're going to be on his channel, giving our opinion about some of the readings that they do. Just, our opinions, whatever.
For whatever. Just we're getting around giving our opinions now. Right. Yeah. We're going to spread it around, just not on this channel. Right.
Exactly. So we're everywhere. So, so super excited, actually not super excited, super nervous about, today's going to be our first part to our 3-part series on relationships. And I know we've only been announcing it forever. So we're just going to dive right into it. Yeah. We're going to talk about friendships today. We're going to talk about friendships in recovery. We can kind of, I figure kind of give some comparison to like some things we want to steer clear of, like that it's been, because friendships in recovery are a lot different than friendships when we're using and drinking and stuff like that. They're a little bit more intentional, right? Like friendships are intentional at this point and not just
right.
Whoever's got the drugs. So, so I'm going to kind of let you take away with it. I think that there's going to be a lot of redundancy, like in all parts, because I think the core of any relationship has, some, key
some similarities, right?
Absolutely. So, so we'll do our best not to repeat ourselves and take it away, Judy. Take it away.
Take it away. Well, yeah. And I just want to address the redundancy, right? Because I think you nailed it on the head. Today, a lot of relationships, friendships, romantic, whatever, the only one that I don't get to be selective of are like my family, right? So, but I have that luxury today, by not only being sober, but by recovering, right? We talk about that a lot. Being in recovery is a daily thing. And so I get to be intentional today with who I choose to give energy to, right? And whose energy I choose to receive. I think that that's always the key because, short history, right? Like what it looked like back in the days when I was drinking and using, even if I was without a friend, right? Like I didn't call somebody and meet you at a tavern, I would be able to, talk and schmooze and do whatever with any other drunk at the bar, right? We had a commonality, those people and myself. And that was the intention to, kind of remove any thought process that was going to cause any pain or do whatever to my, emotional situation. Today, the people that I choose to be around and the people I choose to call friends are people who are doing the same thing that I'm doing, right? Those people that want to go to that next level, those people who are always trying to be better and do better, because it's not really just about how I can elevate myself, but they want to see me succeed. I want to see them succeed, and so those are the people today, people who are doing good things, because it's really easy for me. It's easy for me to fall back into that comfort zone of not putting in any effort, expecting people to just listen to me and carry, you know what I mean? Like that whole only thinking of self, and this is probably where you're going to see that repetitive thing happen. But, today I do try to make friends with people who are doing the same thing that I'm doing. And for me, that means a recovery program. That's not to say that my only friends are in recovery.
Right.
I just got back from Phoenix, visiting 2 girlfriends, friends since 6th grade, best friends since 6th grade. That's a lot of years at my years, and, because I find that people evolve and those people are super supportive as well. And just as I want to see them succeed, they want to see me succeed. We went out for slushes and I, in a joke, alcoholic humor, I'm like, this would be great with vodka, and both of them at the same time are like, no. And I'm like, kidding, like,
Yeah.
but those are the, because they don't know that I'm just kidding. They're like, what the hell are you, I'm just making a joke,
Right.
But those are the people today, right? Like those are the folks that I want to give my energy and my time because, we do have an age difference, you and I, and the closer I get, the further away I get from you in age, I realize the time is precious. Right. And so who do I want to spend that time with? And that's, of course, people who are going to have the same ideals, the same values, that same kind of moral compass. I think those are the things I didn't have before, and so it didn't really matter who I was with or what I was doing. I'd pick up any Joe off the street and, we'd be best friends by the end of the night.
Sure. Especially drinking. You're best friends with everyone in the bar bathroom.
You go to the bathroom and, you walk out with 3 best girlfriends, for sure. Today, that's not the case.
Sure.
Today I put the effort in and I ask questions. We share a sober mentor who always says, the way to have a friend is to be a friend. Right. And what does being a friend look like today? What does being a friend look like? And so those are the things. If I want something or if I expect to be treated in a certain fashion, then I'm going to, of course, treat others that way as well. At least I hope to.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I was kind of like looking up what qualifies someone as like a good friend. And the things that came up were things like, they're respectful, supportive, trustful, they have boundaries, they're willing to compromise, there's acceptance, there's active listening. There's all these qualities that really like could classify someone as like a good friend, and that had me laughing when you were like, oh, just like put vodka in it, whatever, like those are the kinds of friends that I need to look out for today because I'm in recovery, right? Like I have to be a little bit more selective of who my friends are, right? I need you to know me and I need you to know some of my struggles. And I don't need you to like babysit me or anything, but I need you when you know that I'm a recovering alcoholic and I make a comment about alcohol, I need you to be like, bitch, you better shut the fuck up. Like, what? No, you not today. Like, you need a meeting, right? Like, I need to be close enough to you that I feel comfortable telling you that.
Right.
I need to know that, like, you'll support me, right? Even if you don't understand, I have a lot of friends that go through a lot of things that I don't necessarily understand, but I can be there and I can say, well, help me understand, or I can ask you questions, right? Like a friend is someone who may not understand everything you go through, but they ask questions. I can't tell you how many people I've had in my life just in recovery and like being really aware, where I realize that conversations are really one-sided, right? Like we get in the car and you talk my ear off the entire time to dinner and I never get a word in edgewise. You just want to hear yourself talk. You're not interested in having a relationship with me, Yeah. And like, those are the things I look for. And, this is something I know I'm going to continue to say throughout these 3 parts, but I have no relationship, romantic, friendship, or family if I don't have trust and respect with you. Those are my 2. If I can't trust you with what I tell you or anything,
or my heart,
right? My feelings, my emotions, right? And you don't need to coddle me because that was actually one of the other qualities that they were talking about, right? Like to be a good friend, like you can't co-sign. I can't have you co-sign all my bullshit. In recovery, that will get me killed. Having friends, having friends that don't say like, what are you doing?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right. Like, I don't think that's a great decision, And that comes down, good God, like that will get me killed, right? And in early recovery, I needed to be around people that were doing a lot of the same things that I was doing because I needed to learn because I'm so easily influenced, right? Or I was so easily influenced when I got sober. I had a really hard time having a mind of my own, and I wanted to fit in, right? So I was going to do whatever anybody else wanted to do because I wanted friends. I wanted people to like me, and I wanted to be friends with everyone, and now it's more about like quality, right? Like my friendships are very few today,
Yeah,
but they're
my circle's
solid
very small.
relationships.
For sure. And I think about it, like really, I have like 3 friends out of recovery, that are not in a recovery program. 3 friends. Those friends, like I said, 6th grade in high school, that's like 30, 40-year friendships.
Sure.
That's it. And in my circle, even in recovery, it's very small. It's Marissa, but I mean, it's not true. I mean,
I'm all you need though. It's fine.
well, that outside validation, but the truth is but my circle's very small. I have discernment today. Those are things I didn't have before.
Sure.
I don't need to be coddled. I, I don't need people, sometimes I just want somebody to say, listen, validate the feeling, but not the action. Right. And I think that that's sort of where I'm at. Listen, you can feel a certain type of way about a lot of different things, and I can relate to that, and I can co-sign the shit out of it. The truth of the matter is, what are you going to do with it? And so, the bitching, the moaning, the crying, as long as we steer away from drinking. And I think that that's the only thing. I don't need people to save me today. And I used to think I needed people to save me.
Sure.
I was constantly left disappointed, but loyalty for me and loyalty for others, what it look, sometimes those things are very, very different. And my trying to adjust what I feel I need and what other people are willing to give in that loyalty department. And that's where you come in when you were talking about that trust, right? Some people, they want to be trustworthy, and some people just aren't, because some people feel like you were just explaining. Some people, I felt that same way, right? I'm going to do whatever you want in order for you to like me. So I'm not going to necessarily be honest with you,
Right.
and I, as much as I need to do that, I need people in my life who are going to be honest with me, not rude, right? Not abusive.
There's a
There's a
difference.
difference, right? You can share your opinion about me, my thoughts, and my actions without beating me up,
100%.
I've grown enough, right? But I will tell you, I will say this. There was a time when you needed to beat me up, right?
Absolutely.
Because I wasn't trying to hear your bullshit, especially if it was about me. So there's a difference, right? I've grown up a little bit. And I think that not only just, it doesn't come with age. It doesn't come with age. It comes with maturity, right?
Sure.
I built my character in this program, and so what I thought was loyal is not necessarily loyalty. And today I realize what that looks like. And though, my support for you at times can look not what you want it to be, right? Like it can look harsh, that not co-signing thing, but ultimately, if it's going to help you and save your life, well, that's my ultimate goal. I would rather lose friendships today of my trying to support you in a way that's healthy, I guess, for lack of a better word.
I'm not gonna love you so much that I risk killing you, right? Because that's what happens, And I know, like, I have some really solid women in my life, and there's a couple instances where I can remember in earlier recovery and just like in general, where some of the conversations looked like, listen, I don't know what to tell you if you're not willing to listen to me, right? Like, I'm here as an outsider trying to tell you something that's really detrimental to your life, and you're not listening. So can you listen, right? Like, with all the love in your heart, right? Like, I'm just trying to get your attention, and I've had, one of the best things I ever heard from a really good girlfriend of mine, and it always like chokes me up, is she always tells me, like, dude, there's nothing you're going to tell me about you that is going to make me stop loving you. Right. Like, be honest with me, show me who you are, like, tell me who you are. Right. I don't expect perfection out of you. And
that's beautiful. Right.
Yeah. Oh no. And I remember that, and that shit makes me cry every time I think about it.
Well, I mean, because it gets you right here. Isn't that the beauty of what it should look like? What friendship should look like is that show me who you are. Right. And there's nothing that you're going to show me that's going to make me stop loving you. That's beautiful. And I'm not going to cry.
Yeah.
I got contacts in.
Thanks, Gina.
Yeah. Thanks.
Call her out on that.
Right.
Because I needed that, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know how to be a friend, and I had to rely on some women who also had to learn how to be friends prior, to knowing me. They had to go through that stuff too. And, I just think about all the all these like attributes that I'd like to be, who would I like to be to someone? Like I would like to be someone's support system. I would like to be like not competitive, like there can be a lot of competitiveness and friendships and stuff like that. And that's not
Especially
something
with
I'm
women, which is a whole nother ball of
sure.
wax.
Well, men have it too, right? Motorcycle. Let me tell you some shit.
Right.
Like that stuff is, I think about all the quality, it's like that love is patient, love is kind. Like I can tell you what friendship is not, right?
Right. And so, So whatever you're left with, that's what it is.
Right. Exactly. And that's the stuff, like, that's how I've had to like weed out some friendships too. Like I've had to distance myself from some people that I thought I was super close with, or that I was good friends with, because when I'm around you, I'm not the best version of myself. And that's not on you, right? Like that's not your fault, but there is something about your energy and my energy that doesn't seem to vibe, right? Like you bring something out in me. And I'm not saying that every time I'm around someone and a part of me comes out that I don't like, I'm not saying just to, diminish the friendship.
Right.
But I have to pay attention to when I start acting out of turn, because I have some really wonderful relationships where I can disagree. I can, I can really have like these very different, you and I, we are often on opposite
sides of the, right.
Yeah, we're totally, but there is a mutual respect for each other that we're not, there's no name calling.
You bring something to the table, right?
Sure.
You bring something I need to hear.
But
right?
That's that mutual respect,
If I'm only looking at this, I was on fucking TikTok, man, and I'm kind of
love TikTok.
If you're gonna get some life advice, I'm just gonna, public service announcement for TikTok, right? But the woman was explaining, here's the deal, it's the horse versus the hawk. And that's that kind of thing. The horse is here, right? It's earthbound, has the blinders on, and this is the horse's perspective, and then you have the hawk who's got a bird's eye view and soars around and sees so many other things. It's not saying that the horse is wrong. It's not saying that the hawk is wrong. You're just coming from two different angles, right?
Sure.
And those are the kinds of friends I want. If I'm going to be a horse, I need a hawk. And if I'm going to be a hawk, I need a horse, so those are the things I think that, complement each other, right? Like that, that's the thing right there. Like you said about the energies, I also know this too, just from years of being here, not everybody can go where I'm going, and that's not to say that I'm better or that they're worse. No. It's just not it, wherever my journey is going to take me, not everybody can go along on that.
Yeah. What's that saying? Like reason, season, like people in your life for a reason or a season, or, and that's so true, right? Because all the friends that I've had in my life, and I have them for like bite-sized portions, small, and everybody teaches everybody teaches you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll save it for romantic or family, but I got something from Snoop Dogg too, dude.
Oh God.
Listen, TikTok, I gotta tell you, I'm learning all kinds of shit.
Oh God.
Real. I know. I'm going to share that TikTok wisdom with you. Laying that down.
Yeah. Well, I understand. I understand. Yeah. But friendships are important. It's important to have companionship. It's important to have people that, that's the thing about like family relationships and romantic relationships. Some of those you're really tied to, not necessarily, but, friendships are supposed to be fun, right? They're supposed to add to your life, not take away from. And I think that, I mean, and it's up to each individual person what they consider a good friend, like I would advise that if you have someone where every time you leave them, you're like, why did I just spend all that time with them? Maybe not. Maybe they're not a bad friend, but maybe they're not your kind of friend, right? Because they're supposed to add to your life, and you're supposed to have fun, and you're supposed, it's supposed to be like mutually beneficial relationships, like just to have someone in your corner. And, I'm fortunate. Like when I say these things and I think about the people in my life, I'm like, damn, like I have some solid people that I could call up today. And if I tell them something that's going good in my life, they're like, oh my God, yay, congratulations. I tell them something bad, they're like, damn, that sucks. But I know you, like, you'll make it through this. How can I help you? What can I do? Like, you know, and most of the time I just need someone to listen, right? Like, I think that's all anybody ever needs in a friend is just someone that like listens to you.
And maybe a hug, and
Sure,
maybe
yeah.
a hug.
A hug is nice.
A
So,
hug is nice.
so yeah. That's on our friendships. I would be interested to hear what other people have to say about friendships. I think that this series can be like it'll evolve, right? Like I think
Right.
like as I've evolved, my friendships have evolved and my idea of what friendships are have evolved. But I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments about friendships and what you classify as a good friendship. What do you classify as a bad friendship? Like when is it time to let certain people go? Like, I would love to hear about that, and so comment
the
that in the
conversation
section.
rolling.
Yep, keep the conversation going. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share as you're commenting, hit the notification button, all that stuff. We're gonna do 2 more parts on relationships and hashtag JFT guy. We're doing a thing with him. So we said that in the beginning. So don't forget that either.
Right.
Keep coming back.
Keep coming back.
That's all for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification button so you know when new posts are coming up. Keep coming back.